Thank you for tuning in once again. Today, we're going to talk about the new moon. And now, this new moon is in Capricorn, but to Western astrologers, it falls in Aquarius. So let us get into this and break it down so it makes more sense to you. Okay? So, this is called the hidden vision. And it's like the preparation of a light coming in, because when we think of Capricorn, Capricorn is an earth sign. And in traditional astrology, it's at the 29th degree. So in the heavens, that means if we look into the sky, we see that the moon will be conjunct the sun in the sign of Capricorn, which is here. Now, that is being at the top of the mountain. It's like being at the top of the mountain, and then at that point, you have the vision of the whole world. So the mountain goats is chilling at the top and observing and perceiving the reality and seeing life for what it really is. So Aquarius is just about seeing that vision. So what we're seeing is that the last degree of Capricorn is perceiving the hidden light. And this hidden light is called Danishka. Now, why do I say Danishta or Danishka? Now, Danishta holds the portion between Capricorn and Aquarius, and it deals with the rhythm, the drum, the frequencies. Listening to your intuition is the ultimate key of this new moon. Going with the rhythm of your heart without getting caught up in the tension, because this place in the sky is governed by the drums and connected to Mars, which is connected to your instinct. Now, Mars is the only planet, right, that is away from all other planets, which are in Capricorn. And so it's basically creating such a flow there that there is a tension, because the planets are squaring Mars right now in the heaven. And so Mars is all about that tension that we feel in the air right now as a collective consciousness. So the real essence of this new moon is to listen to your intuition and listen to the right form of your intuition. And this flows within a rhythm. And this rhythm is first felt as the listening ear, which was previously connected to the last new moon, which dealt with listening to the silence. Now, during that time, and still now, it's been really cold in the West. And so therefore means most people will call up on the phone or connecting to telly, getting caught up in the media. So by doing that, they were listening to the wrong things. So what was you listening to during the last new moon? Because it was a very powerful and important one. And it meant that you had to really tune in to your inner self, to understanding frequency. Just like when you are watching something, you're listening with your eyes. Just like when you feel an emotion in your body, you're listening with your feelings. So the key of the last new moon was that. But this new moon is about listening to the rhythm and tuning in to the intuition to make the act, which is your action. Now, the hidden vision is that when the moon, on that same time of the new moon, which is at 7:06 p.m. GMT time, we're talking about. So in London, it will be at 7:06. And so that portion and that timing of this new moon is going to pull you towards the essence of almost like seeing that hidden light, that hidden vision, because Aquarius is about the vision. But Capricorn has still got that degree in there that there is some kind of structure that needs to be perceived. So you will notice something there that perhaps needs to be changed before you are about to come down and go with your instinct. So this is all about taking the right instinct, taking the right proportion of thinking during this new moon. You know, so it's all about action, but it's the kind of action that you take. Now Mars represents the test, and so this is the energy that is at play. Mars is the test in consciousness. So when you're dealing with the world and dealing with people, it's about taking the right action, and it's about dharma. Dharma is the duty in life that you have, and this is what this new moon is taking you to taking the right actions and taking the right thought process in your actions. So what was you listening to previously during the last new moon, which is then going to be actualized during this new moon, right? So on the other hand, it's also the Chinese New Year, and the Chinese New Year is connected to the Oats. Now, they are hardworking, they are reliable, and they don't ask for recognition. And so the connection with this is that they deal with action. And so with this connection of this new moon, we find that Mars is very active. Why? Because Dhanishta, which governs Aquarius and Capricorn mixed together, deals with the Mars perspective, which is the drum. And it's that rhythm, and it's that instinct, listening to the rhythm or moving in with the rhythm that is. And Mars in the sky is in Aries. The sign of Aries, and Mars is there. All other planets are right here. So listening to the rhythm, which Dhanishta, which is in the sign of Capricorn, is saying listen to the rhythm. And it's governed by Mars. So taking the right action is the key with this new moon. Taking the right action, being really observant with the actions and the decisions that you make. This is the test. So again, what are you listening to? What were you listening to previously in the last month, which is about to concrete itself on this new moon? Because now you see clearer. That's what Aquarius represents, the clarity. But the clarity is not still perceived, but it's about to be perceived the next day when the moon moves into Aquarius. So people are going to feel it. So during the morning of the 12th, which is the new year of the Chinese calendar, it brings out that frequency of this new moon. So it's about really tuning in to your mind, tuning in, but listening to your and acting accordingly to your intuition during this new moon. So now I wanted to kind of just go a little bit deeper and saying what kind of things that you can do during this new moon, because it connects with the vision. The key with this period is to plan, have certain plans in mind that you want to actualize and bring together. Go back into things that you didn't complete, because we're dealing with a Mercury retrograde. And Mercury retrograde is all about listening and observing and noticing what you've been missing or what you didn't complete. You know, kind of going back into what plans or organizing the final structure of your plan. Because Mercury is in Capricorn retrograding. And so the vision is there. It's almost like you've climbed to the top of the mountain and you can see everything. So imagine Mercury governs communication. So imagine you're walking. So that's a form of communication. And you're at the top of the mountain and then you're like, hold on a minute. Let me go down. So you're walking down and that's you're moving into the sign of Aquarius because now you have the vision so you can go back downwards. And then you're like, oh, I've just forgotten something. I've forgotten that I need to do this and do that. I've forgotten. Let me see that last vision that I didn't see. So then Mercury goes back to the top of the mountain to observe and see what was missing. And so, what was the plan that you need to reconstruct or reorganize to overcome what is going on in yourself, in your world, in your perspective, in your vision? Do you have clear vision yet? So, literally, this new moon falls on a retrograde, which is allowing you to go deeper and observe and organize and reorganize what you are doing. Now, for me, for example, I started a monthly subscription which gives people the perspective and the angle of what will happen for them for the next few months, But I've had to postpone it and just kind of just do something else, which I have in mind. And it's going to be more brilliant and more powerful, right? So, but in the meantime, I'm doing readings. I'm still doing astrological readings. So if you need a reading and you want to go deeper into who you are, your purpose perhaps, and, feel free to book a reading and we can dwell and see what's really happening on a deeper level, because the chart describes so many things, but it's about where you would like to go with that, So it's all about choice to see where you want to go in a reading, or even in knowing your purpose and what it is that you want out of your purpose. So going back into this new moon, in this powerful placement, get clear about your vision, perceive what you want, and see it clearly. Because that evening, right, well, depending on where you are in the world, but I know in the UK, it's going to be in the evening. That evening, if you plan and really organize and see what you was, or what it is that you didn't complete on that very evening, you will see the truth. And then you're about to build into the true potential that you have, that you withhold. Remember that we're dealing with the Capricorn energy, and the moon entering that side of Capricorn says that there is something there that needs to get tweaked. And that's exactly what I'm doing. But now you have to do that because you know that. And that's the key, the tweak before the hidden vision and the light, which is where the perspective and the perception is interrelated with. And so listening to that is where the keys are, in that placement of the sky. So that energy is governed by what they call the Ashtar Vasu, which are the personification of the sun. So it's the different spectrums or the different lights of the sun. The 8 Vasus are actually giving you that imprint, right? And it's in that place called Danishta, which is in the sign of Capricorn / Aquarius. So we're getting that portion of insight which is coming through. And with that Mercury retrograde, again, it's really good to clear out any kind of perhaps things that you want to clear out with people. Miscommunication. Sometimes it can take a while to speak because, Capricorn is an earth sign. It moves, but at the same time, there is a bit of blockage because Capricorn governs Saturn, which is the one who deals with taking the lessons, understanding the paradigms of structure. So structuring your words might be difficult during this time as well. So understand that and plan, which is the key technique. And the final path of it is when Mercury has gone forward, and that will be during the end of February. This is when you can get a better clarity of the direction of what you're planning, because it's about planning right now. Everyone is restructuring their life based upon the paradigm of the world. So this is a great time to prepare what you would like to see in your world, in your kingdom, because this is a new paradigm. We have clear vision now that we've gone through 2020. Now we must perceive it and take action in where we would like it to go. We have clear vision of what the world is and who is playing with our world. You can't deny that. You can't hide away from it. Now you know the truth. This is why we know the hard truth of Jupiter, which is dealing with a real world. That the hard truth is heavy, but we have to get down to realizing what we have and what we can do, and bring that brilliant light of the 8 Vasus and let them connect with you. As you listen to the rhythm, as you listen and act according to your intuition, and you follow that instinct that Mars is projecting, which is the test. And I don't know if I said this, but Mars is the test. Mars represents your testing ground. And because we have the frequency of the square, which is Mars out here, which is creating a lot of tension towards here. So therefore it means that make sure you be very wise with the actions that you take, and be in the connection and the perspection of taking your intuition to a place where you can really divinely connect honestly with your actions. But don't think about it. It's all about the transmission that you're feeling. So it's a rhythm. It's a rhythm. The universe has a rhythm, and listen to that rhythm in you. And then you can follow the motion of the flute, the motion of the drum. You have to play the drum. You have to play the flute. It's the instrument that you have to connect with. And that is what your instinct is showing in Mars. That Martian energy is showing and telling you, listen to that clearly, fully, and appreciate that. And then you will notice how your visions can reach the point that you would like them to see or perceive. So this is why many people would think that this new moon is in Aquarius, but it's not. It's actually in Capricorn. It's still something that needs to be organized and structured. So whatever that you're dealing with, just think about that for a moment and connect, Things to do during this new moon. Well, you can connect to the earth element by writing it down or organizing yourself. You can connect with the air element because the moon will then move the next day from the new moon into Aquarius. So you can connect with doing some kind of purification during this day, dealing with the fire element, working with the heat, burning some incense. It's a great time to connect with that so you can see clearer. Burning incense is really powerful because when you're burning incense, you're creating a veil. So it allows the negativity from around you to dissipate, right? From around you, things that you attract from people and all types of stuff. It puts a veil. So it's one way to kind of just help to eradicate some of these negative things that are coming through. Because remember, Aquarius deals with visions and visions which are perceived in clear format. So it's very good to see what the vision is. And so burning incense is a wonderful tool. I sell frankincense, which is one of the best ones that I've got at the moment. Actually, it's basically from Nigeria, and I was shocked, because I didn't realize that you can get it from there. Normally it's known to be from the Middle East and Ethiopia and parts of the north of Africa. So it's really good. It's very good, and it's probably one of the best, scents that that can connect you with that energy also. So if you can get hold of some, just get hold of some. If you can't, then I recommend getting the one that I have. At the moment, I'm selling it, but I'm only going to sell a certain amount because the rest I'm keeping. So that one, I managed to get it recently, and it's good stuff. Frankincense in itself is governed by the energy of Capricorn and Aquarius, which are both governed by Saturn, by nature. And they deal with that kind of frequency. Because remember that the frankincense, the tree grows near the mountains. And so it has that frequency, which makes you high. Hence why it deals with that air, that freshness, that deep cosmic high. So this is the reason and the connection between the scent of frankincense and why it's connected to this new moon slash this building up of bringing clarity to the visions of the mind to see where you gotta go. So it's really powerful. So frankincense is really good, and it also, when you burn frankincense, it opens up the reception to receive certain proteins that the body needs. And just smelling it releases this protein to be released inside you. And so thus, it starts to open up other vessels in you. The scent in itself helps to clear throat issues, people with asthma, things of that nature, So, and obviously it clears the throat. These were ancient traditional things that were used to clear out, anything connected to the the breathing function of the matrix of the body. So it dealt with so many things as well as the gut. It helps with strengthening the gut and cleansing not only negativity externally by burning it, but also through um, basically what we call it through the internal side. So this is frankincense. I'm just burning it here, actually. Thought I'd just give you some insight. So you can burn that, do some clarity rituals, bring that kind of perspective in place. Good to connect with friendships as well during this new moon. Really clearing certain friendships, perhaps that you didn't really connect with. It's naturally normally good for marriage, but because we're in the retrograde, I doubt that would be good. And I guess if you want to get married, let the stars be your what do you call it now? Your insight and your guidance, and be your, what's that word I'm looking for? What's that word I'm looking for? Let the stars be your, what's that word I'm looking for? What is that word? Your witness, that's it. Let the stars be your witness, right? If you need to be married or want to get engaged during this time, because you don't need to go to, you know, no priest or anything. The priests are in the stars, they're guiding you, they're telling you. So make that connection here, and then make the paper connection here. So that signature becomes one that you embed from the heavens into earth, as above, so below. So this is what incense does. It really clears the throat. You can smell it, bring it around you, connect it. And yeah, this is exactly what this new moon is bringing. So enjoy it with the Chinese calendar. And I'll probably maybe doing a live on Thursday or with tomorrow or any other days. I may be connecting to the energy of this new moon, because this new moon is on, let me check actually. So it's on the 11th on a Friday. So it falls on the Friday. So it definitely deals with Venus. And, Venus is that pure Shukraya energy, which is connected to Isis and the Great Mother. Again, it falls on the same time, remember, as the New Year, in the well, technically the New Year, well, with the Western calendar, sorry, the retrograde is getting to me. I seem to not be finding my words. So, enjoy. Well, this new year actually, well, this new moon is on the 11th, and on the 12th is, it'll be the New Year calendar according to the Chinese, so they would celebrate on the 12th, but it would be still connected in some ways because it's at that late time, 7 p.m. So it has whatever time zone that you're at. Anyways, it still coincides. So that is it. And yeah, may this new moon bring you all that you wish, and may you connect with the stars. Thank you so much. Peace.